Ferguson to join me on stage. Come on up here, Dr. Ferguson. Dr. Adrian Bonner, the Honorable L.G. Newland, the Honorable Isaac Barrett, Miss Violet Thompson, the Honorable Pernell Charles Sr., and the Honorable Dr. Fenton Ferguson all tried this and wanted this for Eastern St. Thomas. The only difference is I have Dr. the Honorable Andrew Michael Holness and the JLP administration. Action, not a bag of mouth. St. Thomas Eastern is proud of you, sir. And we're proud of your government, sir. On behalf of the previous members of Parliament, the entire St. Thomas Eastern, and Dr. Fenton Ferguson, he and I have a little running joke, you know, because he was here for what were you here for? We were breaking the ground and you said, you know, let me come here, don't. He said when we're breaking ground, he will not allow me to be here. And guess what? I am here and I will not allow myself to sit down without standing right here beside him. Let me tell you something. Popcorn said it best. And not me I come from, but look at we now. Look at we now. Look at we now. Zero we are come from. I'm not blaming you. But look at we now. Listen, everybody. Choose Jamaica.
Good morning. Good morning, St. Thomas. Good morning, St. Thomas. We have today our Prime Minister with us. We have at least 6 cabinet members with us. We have mayors, councillors. We have almost all of Jamaica supporting and watching us today. I say to the East, welcome to this urban center. I say to the East, we have waited 160 years since Paul Bogle championed our cause. I say to our Prime Minister, what you and the Factory Corporation has done here today is tremendous work. You have transformed the East, and we say thank you. I will not hold you in the sun today because it's going to get very warm. I will only say to Jamaica and its taxpayers who have paid and made this possible, thank you. So on behalf of West St. Thomas and the East, we all want to hear you there say thank you and God bless.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Member of Parliament for St. Thomas Weston. Let me hear it for both members of Parliament, ladies and gentlemen, St. Thomas Eastern and St. Thomas Weston.
The Morant Bay Urban Centre is a public-private partnership involving 3 partners: Factories Corporation of Jamaica Limited, National Commercial Bank, and China Harbour Engineering Company Limited. It is born of a vision of our Prime Minister executed through the Factories Corporation of Jamaica, a vision that many did not think was possible, but where we do have trusted leaders and partners, people will follow even out of curiosity. So today, we now welcome remarks from our funding partners, and I'd ask you to give a round of applause to the Chief Executive Officer of NCB Capital Markets, Mr. Angus Young, as he comes forward to give his remarks.
Good morning, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is my honor to welcome you all today, and in particular, to recognize the presence of our esteemed government officials. The Most Honorable Dr. Andrew Holness, Prime Minister, Honorable Members of Parliament, Councillor Louis Chin, Mayor of the St. Thomas Municipal Corporation, Ambassador Dao Zheng, Embassy of the People's Republic of China, Mr. Bai, Country Manager, Czech, and last but not least, the Honorable Littleton Tani Shirley, Chairman of FCJ. I would like to share two personal stories related to St. Thomas. About 2 years ago, I was invited to do a site visit in St. Thomas. And my friend said, we were in New Kingston, and he said, it'll only take 30 minutes to get there. It took us 3 hours, 6 hours to get back home. I got home in the dark. And today, it took me 1 hour, and it was a pleasurable journey. If you think about it, at a very minimum, it is quite simply a real enhanced quality of life thing. When I visited the Morant Bay Uban Center for the last time in my capacity at NCB, I immediately got this vibe that we were literally witnessing wealth creation. It was this feeling that significant value was being unlocked in St. Thomas. The road access and this center would have an exponential positive effect on St. Thomas and its stakeholders. It will unlock value in real estate, in entrepreneurialism, and spin-off infrastructural development. This is a tangible demonstration of unlocking value and wealth for all. This brings me to the main points I would like to share today. Building a better Jamaica and becoming your financial partner of choice. I moved to Jamaica 17 months ago and have been deeply involved in two very significant projects that saw the government of Jamaica utilizing its rightful role and positioning in initiatives of national development to initiate and seed significant infrastructure projects in the interest of the people of Jamaica. To take these projects and care for them via an incubating stage, and then to work with the likes of NCB to unlock the value of these projects, and most importantly, to improve the quality of life of the people of Jamaica, and to make sure that they democratize access to wealth creation for the people of Jamaica. The two projects I refer to are the Trans-Jamaica Highway and the Morant Bay Uban Center. One would be hard-pressed to challenge the fact that these two projects improve the quality of life of Jamaicans and those living here like myself, and also democratize access to wealth creation by unlocking value and making it available to all. From my viewpoint, I saw two multi-billion-dollar projects in 17 months that have had an undeniable, exponentially positive effect on the quality of life of Jamaicans. Esteemed guests, please join me in acknowledging and congratulating the Most Honorable Dr. Andrew Holness, Prime Minister, and his government for these significant achievements. Tangibly demonstrated that we are the quintessential strategic partner in building a better Jamaica and becoming your financial partner of choice. But talk is cheap. Don't take my word for it. Look at the facts. NCB provided a $5.3 billion construction loan for this center. NCB Capital Markets would have provided a $2.2 million equity stake in this center. NCB Capital Markets, again, would have arranged $930 million worth of preferred shares issued by this center. Where else in the Caribbean region can you find a publicly listed financial group that provides this type of fiscal support at every layer of the capital stack? Equity, quasi-equity, construction loans. We soon install ABMs in this center. In wrapping up, we must acknowledge the work done by the various parties bringing this vision together. These players include the Factories Corporation of Jamaica, China Harbour Engineering Company, the people of St. Thomas, who worked assiduously through the various stages of the project, my colleagues at NCB, and of course, the government of Jamaica, who in my brief 17 months here have proved that they have codified the framework of utilizing their position to see projects in the embryonic stage, to incubate them, and then to hand them over to the private sector and unlock wealth creation for all. Thank you for having me here today. Thank you for your continued support of NCB, and we look forward to focusing on building a better Jamaica. Thank you.
Let's hear it for our financial partners. We did say it's a public-private partnership. Ladies and gentlemen, St. Thomas is known for a lot of good things, a lot of firsts, a lot of historic movement. And so today I want to just pause for only about a second and recognize who I believe did a groundbreaking or a phenomenal representation. I believe she would have been the longest serving Miss World ever, cutting across 2 years. Miss Tonian Singh is here with us, ladies and gentlemen. Let us acknowledge a product of the soil of St. Thomas. Welcome, Tonian. Ladies and gentlemen, we continue to recognize, acknowledge, and hear from our partners as now we invite the country manager for China Harbor, Dangran B. Yes, sir.
The most honorable Dr. Andrew Holness, Prime Minister of Jamaica. The most honorable Chinese ambassador to Jamaica, Dr. Chen Daojiang. Member of Parliament, politician officials, representative from Factories Corporation of Jamaica, my colleagues from China Harbor, special invited guests, it is my pleasure to be here with you today. Today is a proud and historical moment for the people of St. Thomas and wild Jamaica in bringing Morant Bay Urban Center to life. As China Harbor, we pride ourselves on being part of this project that goes beyond infrastructure. We are committed to national building by developing communities and providing employment opportunities. It is this shared sense of purpose that continues to strengthen the long-standing ties between Jamaica and China. The Morant Bay Urban Center represents transform and renewal of modern space that will bring government service, business, and social opportunities to serve the people of East Jamaica. This achievement is the result of strong partnership and collaboration with Factory Corporation of Jamaica. We are so proud to have worked with FCG, not just a client, but as a partner. FCG brought vision to this project, and China Harbor matched that engineering expertise, innovation, and promise to deliver on time and within budget. Together, we create something that will have a lasting impact on lives, livelihoods, and the local economy. Together, we're looking forward replicating this success across this island. We thank the government of Jamaica, the FCG, and other stakeholders for their partnership and trust. We thank the people of Jamaica for allowing us to continue contributing to Jamaica's national development journey. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you to the country manager, China Harbor, Mr. Dangran B. And it really gives me great pleasure to introduce our next speaker, a man who goes by the name, the Honorable Littleton Tanny Shirley. And certainly when we see what has been done out today, you could now be called the Honorable Biggleton Tanny Shirley. He had to sell this vision to his board, and some of us were very skeptical, like myself, whether this could in fact happen. He did have Julian Mayer and Paul East and Michael Stern egging him on, and he sold us a picture of what is possible. Recently awarded Outstanding Chairman for Public Sector. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a very warm welcome to the Chairman of the Factories Corporation of Jamaica, the Honorable Tani Shirley.
Wow. Directors of ceremony, you have been doing a fantastic job. Prime Minister, Dr. the Most Honorable Andrew Holness, former Member of Parliament for East St. Thomas, Dr. Fenton Ferguson, representing the Leader of the Opposition this morning, members of the House of Parliament, Chinese Ambassador to Jamaica, His Excellency Chen Dao-Zhang, Mayor of Morant Bay, Councillor Louis Chin, councillors of the St. Thomas Municipal Corporation, Mayor and councillors from the Portland Municipal, Custos Rotolorum of St. Thomas, Honorable Marcia Bennett, permanent secretaries, joint venture partners, NCB Capital Market led by Chief Executive Officer Mr. Agnos Young and China Harbour, Engineering Company Czech led by Country Manager Dejan B., my Board of Directors at Morant Bay Urban Centre Limited and at Factories Corporation of Jamaica, special invited guests, let me acknowledge the presence of my wife Roxanne. Let me acknowledge all my friends and colleagues. I greet you all this morning, and I greet you well. Wow. Wow. I'm a man of many words, but today I will confess I'm momentarily speechless. I'm going to be asked you to turn your attention to the screen for a moment. Can I get the screen on? Right. That was the old Goodyear factory, which closed abruptly in 1997, leaving over 200 people unemployed, and it remained like that for about 25 years. In 2005, the then government, in good faith, attempted to convert the location into a call center, but what you are now looking at on the new screen is transformation. 6 years in the making from June 2019, groundbreaking. Most Honorable Prime Minister, you had this vision of creating a town center for Morant Bay, which would be an example of sustainable development and growth for the people of St. Thomas. A town center that provides a framework to encourage and support public order in Jamaica, which we all know is needed. A town center to facilitate the fusion between public and private sector entities in a one-stop stop, which will provide efficiency in doing business. Prime Minister, we first have to believe in your vision before we could sell this vision to anyone else. After all, many had viewed St. Thomas as a forgotten parish. Now today I'm pleased to be here participating in this ribbon-cutting event. As we look at this massive development, which will serve as a blueprint for future urban developments. Today we are not merely cutting a ribbon, we are carving a path in the future for the people of St. Thomas, for the nation of Jamaica, and for generations to come. I am truly honored to be part of this project, which began as an ambitious dream by our Prime Minister Dr. the Most Honorable Michael Holness, which now stand as a testament to what we as a country can achieve when leadership, collaboration, and determination take the forefront. I want to recognize and extend my heartfelt gratitude to you, Prime Minister, whose steadfast leadership and commitment to national transformation has been pivotal in driving this project forward. Prime Minister, your vision to decentralize development and to uplift every parish is a noble one. And today, Morant Bay is a true manifestation of such leadership. Prime Minister, a round of applause to you. What you are seeing now is a project that is complete and ready for occupancy of our clients who have been given a 3-month built-out period. During this rent-free period, the clients will be designing their units to their specifications, and the contractor will concurrently use this period to complete landscaping, roadworks, and any incomplete works or any defects identified. During this period, we'll also commence phase 2, which involves the building of 2 additional blocks, one to be used as a medical complex where a variety of medical disciplines will be housed, including an urgent care facility. The other will facilitate additional government agencies. Already we see this urban center concept being replicated in Port Antonio at Brownbrook Urban Center. Another vision for you, Prime Minister, turning into reality. For Brownbrook, we had the groundbreaking sermon in August 2024. We formed the project company in October 2024, and the construction agreement signed last month. Mr. Prime Minister, we are not stopping here, because you have charged FCJ to identify other locations across the island to construct similar developments to boost economic growth and job creation for the people of Jamaica. In fact, Prime Minister, you have mandated us to also focus on small business growth through the provision of space, which I'm hoping that you will elaborate on as we look to expand the Morant Bay Urban Center to facilitate the establishment of a community micro-business park and a farmer's outlet. We took a little time in getting this development off the ground because, as you mandated us, Prime Minister, no chaka-chaka development around here. We dotted our I's and crossed our T's. To the Member of Parliament representing the people of St. Thomas, especially MP for Western St. Thomas, where this development is located, Mr. James Robertson, big up yourself, my friend. Big up. There's no doubt that you have the interests of the people at heart. To our neighbor MP, Mrs. Michelle Charles, your hard work will continue to bring success for your people. Blessing, blessing, showers. Ladies and gentlemen, no vision can become reality without effective execution. And that responsibility fell squarely on the shoulders of FCJ. Let me first acknowledge my board of directors and ask them to stand quickly. I want to recognize their leadership oversight. To my managing director, Dr. Donald Farquharson, and his team of managers, I'm going to ask that you stand. I want to recognize and thank you for believing vision and the ability to execute. To the MBUC Board of Directors, this would not have happened and been possible before your consistent support and guidance. Let me pause to acknowledge the work of Corporate Secretary, Mrs. Dirkett Cooper, who has been struggling between the MBUC and FCJ Board of Directors for her amazing work. I want also to thank our financiers, architects, contractors, engineers, construction crew, security personnel. What a phenomenal job you have done. to include our project manager, our QS, and our architect of world-renowned Plexus Limited. Let me also ask a very special lady. She's the backbone of everything that you are seeing here and what has been done in the past. She's a journalist. She's a marketing personnel of no means order. Dora Smith, give yourself a bow. Come up here. As I said before, I was momentarily speechless. I still am. It's an overwhelming feeling to see such a national project moving from a dream to a reality. I like to talk a lot at these events, you know why? We do a lot. So in closing, I want you to remember, in 2019 for the groundbreaking of the Urban Center, I bossed this song. Many rivers to cross, but just where to begin. In 2024, we tour with the Prime Minister to update you on the progress. I bust another song. It is a long, long time coming, but a change is gonna come. And today I'm going to bust another song on you. Amazingly, this song has been recognized, listen me clearly, as one of the top 10 motivational songs in the world for achievements and success. And I stand proud to sing it with my amazing voice. I want you to sing along with me. Please sing along with me as I bust the Bob Marley version. The sun is shining, the weather is cool, makes me want to move my dancing shoes. To the rescue, here I am. Want you all to know where we stand. Transformation, transformation, as we turn our vision into reality, transforming lives, transforming communities, transforming Jamaica. God bless you all.
We are very happy that singing was not the task of this chairman, but the task was his to make this a reality. Ladies and gentlemen, our connectivity partner, Connect Service Limited, do provide open Wi-Fi. Connect with Connect. Connect with Connect. Free Wi-Fi here and now. St. Thomas is known to be a parish of great talent. We heard the expressions of Kumina earlier. And today, at this point, the Robert Lightburn High School, a co-educational high school of some 55 years strong. A school that is named in honor of Mr. Robert Charles Lightburn. He himself was an accomplished businessman and politician. He was elected to the House of Representatives for Western St. Thomas several times. And he is he's credited with the composition of the music of our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for our dub poet at this point, Shakwala Gordon.
Front man.
Good day, everyone. My name is Shakwala Gordon, and I will be presenting a poem by Anika Poetry. Accompanying with me is
Nathaniel Soden.
I am from the Purple Pride of the East, Robert Lightburn High School. set. Me have to drop a part two, cause I'm like when me show off on you. Who did say St. Thomas forgotten? Just look at us, no road smooth like a satin. If you never drive power new highway, then come a whispering bumble, come stay. Let me introduce Pretty Lice Beach. From Morant Bay, 5 minutes you reach. The new Grandpa Falls up at Trinityville. Bring the whole family, come relax and chill. Roselle Falls, how could I forget? The Prime Minister could have passed and not get him hands wet. Every foreigner on social media say them a visit St. Thomas when them come Jamaica. Just look at us now, the urban center. Fi come a St. Thomas soon require visa. All me a boss, you know what excite me? It's finger licking good, we get KFC. But forgotten parish, your face the am bright. Right, you know we're pretty road full of stoplights. Tell me where you get the best drinking water. St. Thomas, of course, you don't know the answer. We say them diverted to other area. And South Parchment and Gillette Cuthbert. Everybody should have known say a St. Thomas birth. Anywhere you're there and you don't have a stove, not to worry, come eat a fish cove. Better never know we have a sanctuary. I'm the only one you find in the country with woolly for crocodile. This you have to come see. So all of the single women out here, if you want a good man, then you have to come here. Let me
Creators, looking for an edge over the competition? Get 50% off.
Jamaica quiz, St. Thomas, make we test them, how bright them is. This is a question we want to answer. St. Thomas, make we test them, how bright them is. Tell me where the first breadfruit tree discover. St. Thomas, I've been the birthplace. St. Thomas events, we done win the race.
Please keep the round of applause going. Shaquela Gordon from the Robert Charles Lightburn High School. Shaquela, that really need a part two. So I think Pika is going to be here because you shall need your passports and a visa to come to St. Thomas. We'd also at this time like to acknowledge our hydration partner, Wisinko, and our refreshment partner, Juicy Patties. Now, we'll be making some very special presentations to some of the businesses that believed in and trusted in the vision of the Prime Minister since what feels like day one. As you know, the center, this Morant Bay Urban Center, is intended to be a one-stop shop. You're supposed to can get everything you want in here, no hassle. And you know when you see KFC, all is well.
Let me tell you, when you talk about keys to the city, now we are going to be talking about keys to the center. Keys to the center. So we have some amount of keys that we want to hand out. And our first group of clients we want to recognize are those who we consider the anchor clients, those who are vested and invested in this property. Now, these are the clients who would have identified and secured standalone units here at MBUC. They really believe in truth to the growth and the development of St. Thomas and by extension, Jamaica.
We now invite on stage to make a presentation to these clients, NCB Senior Corporate Relations Manager, Ms. Cornella Allardyce.
Miss Allardyce.
Miss Allardyce is probably at the counter awaiting her visa, so I'd ask for another representative from our partner NCB.
Okay.
Oh, Mr. Young. So, our first client that we would like to acknowledge is KFC. And as our KFC representative makes his way to the stage, another round of applause for KFC, one of our anchor clients. So those meal deals are on the way. They have the keys. Thank you. We now welcome a special presentation to Juicy Patties, who are also our refreshment partner today. Keep the applause going for our anchor client, Juicy Patties. As we look forward to be served the juicy patties. Keep the round of applause going. It's official, Juicy Patties has received its keys. We now welcome bringing higher education to the parish of St. Thomas, the University of the Commonwealth Caribbean. Please keep the applause going for the University of the Commonwealth Caribbean. And it's good to see that Shaquela Gordon and the other students of Robert Lightburn High School won't have to go far for their university education.
Okay, so we don't want you to go too far, UCC, and we're going to re-invite KFC and the Juicy because we want to get a group picture of all our anchor clients. So we want to re-invite you on stage. So Juicy and KFC. And let the keys be displayed. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Ms. Allardyce and Mr. Young. We'll continue this process as we now invite our government clients to receive their keys. The Ministry of Justice. They will be occupying the most modern courthouse in the region. Minister, you're being invited.
As the Ministry of Justice collects its keys, we ask the Ministry of Local Government and Community Development to stand by.
They are relocating the St. Thomas Municipal Corporation to the urban center.
I understand, Fabian, that 5 court sessions can be happening concurrently at the new courthouse, the most modern in Jamaica, the most modern in the region.
Absolutely. You're talking about groundbreaking happenings. Efficiency is the name of the game. Thank you very much.
Ministry of Justice. Now we welcome the Ministry of Local Government and Community Development. The Honorable Desmond Mackenzie is in the house.
Following the Ministry of Local Government and Community Development will be the Tax Administration Department. Tax Administration of Jamaica. May I invite TAJ? Yes.
Another round of applause for the TAJ. As we also welcome Heart NSTA Trust, who will also be another government client at the Morant Bay Urban Center.
And next up will be the Passport, Immigration and Citizenship Agency. Shaquela did indicate that you will need this service. Pika, you are next up.
Keep the applause going for Pika. We'd also like to welcome the Child Protection and Family Services Agency, which will also be housed at the Morant Bay Urban Center. The Child Protection and Family Services Agency.
And we all know that Dr. the Most Honorable Andrew Holness and his government is really about building. And so, next up will be the National Housing Trust. They will be here for your convenience. NHT.
And since water is life, the National Water Commission will also be at the Morant Bay Urban Center. NWC.
Next up, we'll have the Department of Correctional Services.
And we hope they don't have a lot of work to do in St. Thomas.
No, they're here for prevention.
Prevention. Please, another round of applause for the Department of Correctional Services. As we also welcome the Jamaica Information Services.
And following the JIS will be the Jamaica Postal Corporation. Yes, we do. Yes.
So we now will ask our government clients to come forward for our group photo.
We have the Jamaica Postal Corporation receiving your keys, and right after we have the group photograph. Lovely. All right, can we invite all the recipients of your keys to come forward, the government clients, and along with NCB, you will receive. Yes. So the group photograph now, please. NCB, you're invited to be in the middle, flanked by the government entities.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, another round of applause for all our government clients. So many services will be available at Morant Bay Urban Center, making it very convenient for the people of the parish of St. Thomas. We'd like to thank you, Mrs. Allardyce and Mr. Young, for those presentations. Our next presentation will be to some of the private sector clients who will be in our commercial building. This building is the centerpiece for the center with over 50 units of varying sizes. These presentations will be done by Chairman of the FCJ, the Honorable Littleton Shirley. Come forward, Mr. Shirley.
First up from our private sector clientele, the Mavis Bank Coffee Factory.
Please keep the applause going strong. The Mavis Bank Coffee Factory.
And he is representing well. Stationary World. Stationary World.
So we'll have Mavis Bank Coffee Factory. We're going to have Stationary World. Stationary World is coming forward. Keep the round of applause going for Stationary World. As we also welcome Noraldu, who will also be in our commercial building. The representative of Noraldu is on their way forward.
And while Noraldu's representative makes their way, we're going to invite Ribby's Lounge as
Ribby's
well.
will be here. Noraldu, please. Our representative from Noraldu is here. A round of applause for Noraldu as we welcome
Ribby's Lounge.
everything happening at St. Thomas. Ribby's Lounge. So we're having Ribby's Lounge, so things looking like we can just head over to St. Thomas on a Sunday because we're also going to have Chinese food. Taurus Gardens will be at the Morant Bay Urban Center.
And after all that food, you make sure you stop into Devon House Ice Cream.
Because we feel for something sweet. Devon House Ice Cream.
So a representative of Taurus Gardens and Devon House Ice Cream. Now, it's going to be very interesting because if you have the Chinese, you have the ice cream, you may just want to maintain
your physique.
Fitness Express. Fitness Express.
Fitness will be at the Morant Bay Urban Center.
Okay, so Express Fitness is here. Devon House Ice Cream is here.
Another round of applause for the inimitable Devon House Ice Cream.
Memories Operators Gaming Limited. Memories Operators Gaming Limited. Another one of our private sector entity that's going to be present here at the Urban Center.
And we will also have Orion Insurance Brokers right here at the Morant Bay Urban Center.
And because we're a productive nation, Tiny Things Baby Store. Tiny Things Baby Store.
Ready to help repopulate the nation.
I don't know if the store is going to do that, but once the repopulation comes alive.
We'll also have Camphil Enterprise right here at the Morant Bay Urban Center.
Then we have JJ's Global Shipping and Customs Brokerage. JJ's Global Shipping and Customs Brokerage.
Of course, we are also going to have SSMC Express right here at the Morant Bay Urban Center. Ladies and gentlemen, please continue the round of applause for our clients in the commercial building, Mavis Bank Coffee Factory, Stationery World.
And of course, when we're talking about connectivity, we have to have Knutsford Express. Knutsford Express. Knutsford Express, ladies and gentlemen.
Who are, in fact, our warehouse clients who are present.
Absolutely.
And we will also have warehouse client Total Scope at Morant Bay Urban Center.
Yes, sir. And because we are promoting alternative energy, Evergo charging station, the EVs are not left out. So Evergo charging station already set up and in place in the parking area.
Ladies and gentlemen, we applaud our clients as they collect their keys for their units. Those are some big keys. We have one more.
And then we invite our private sector clients to have that group photo with the chairman. So you just step forward a little bit. Chairman, maybe you're in the middle of the photograph. You're in the middle. Ladies and gentlemen, if you could step forward.
So ladies and gentlemen, our private sector clients, Mavis Bank Coffee Factory, Stationery World, Noraldu,
Ribby's Lounge, Taurus Gardens, Devon House Ice Cream, Express Fitness,
Memories Operators Gaming Limited, Orion Insurance Brokers, Tiny Things Baby Store,
Camphil Enterprise, JJ's Global Shipping and Customs Brokerage, SSMC Express,
Knutsford Express, Total Scope, and Evergo.
A round of applause for our private sector clientele. And finally, but equally important, we have clients who are off the soil. Not only did we begin and we conducted a feasibility study, we actually made sure that we looked at more than just numbers and the projections. We listened to what is needed and where we ought to fill the gaps. So we had long-standing businesses who were ready to grow, but they had nowhere to expand. We had young people filled with ambition, but couldn't start their ventures, largely because of lack of space, though they had great ideas. Many felt that the parish was in search of opportunities. They left for opportunities elsewhere. And when commercial space became available anywhere in the parish, they may not have been at the standard that really was befitting of growth, business growth. So therefore,
this center was built to change that. From day one, FCJ made it a priority to reserve a significant portion of the development for the people of St. Thomas and businesses already operating here to ensure the economic future of the parish would be shaped by those who call it home. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we celebrate businesses that have stood the test of time, as well as those beginning.
Are you looking for a rewarding union job in New York City? We're hiring youth development specialists to supervise and support
These clients, ladies and gentlemen, may I ask you to stand as we welcome to the stage to do this presentation, Prime Minister, Dr. the Most Honorable Andrew Holness.
and as the Most Honorable Prime Minister approaches us, we now invite Sterling Bakery. Please be seated. Sterling Bakery.
Sterling Bakery.
Sterling Bakery will be followed by GBT Fashion.
And GBT Fashion will be followed by Fids Furniture and Appliance.
GBT Fashions, Fids Furniture and Appliance.
We also welcome Pin Way Chinese.
They will be followed by Bad Dog Sausage.
I see Fids making their way to the stage. Bad Dog is here.
Right.
Bad Dog will be followed by Woman World Medical.
And then we have Evolve Distribution. Evolve Distribution.
And Evolve Distribution will be followed by East Plug 876. Evolve Distribution is making their way to the stage. East Plug 876.
Then we have E-Urban Multimedia Solution. E-Urban Multimedia Solution.
And E-Urban will be followed by Next Step Lifelong Education Services. I see Next Step in the house.
Then we mentioned them earlier.
Pingway is here.
Right. Tiny Things Baby Store.
Tiny Things, welcome you back to the stage. Tiny Things Baby Store. We also now welcome Neville Stewart and Associates.
Followed by Niche Financing. Niche Financing. E-Urban Multimedia.
And we also welcome J Quest Solutions. We see Neville Stewart Financing. Yeah. Yes.
It's Neville Stewart and Associates, attorneys at law.
Ladies and gentlemen, please keep the round of applause as our St. Thomas businesses stand for a group picture with our Prime Minister. Ah, one of our other businesses is here. We have J Quest. Okay. Let's not get tired of applauding our St. Thomas businesses. Sterling Bakery, GBT Fashion, Fids Furniture and Appliance.
So if you could come forward for the group pic with
Chinese. Bad Dog Sausages, Woman World Medical, Evolve Distribution.
East Plug 876, E-Urban Multimedia Solutions, Next Step Lifelong Edu Services.
Tiny Things Baby Store, Neville Stewart and Associates, Niche Financing, and J Quest Solutions.
Ladies and gentlemen, private sector, public sector, the local entrepreneurs from the parish of St. Thomas, all included in this groundbreaking, difference-making urban center. This is a product of the Most Honorable Dr. Andrew Michael Holness, Prime Minister. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause as the keys are handed over. Now we ask Mr. Shauna Mullings to stand by, Mr. Damien Fidd to stand by, the Honorable Delroy Chuck, and the Honorable Desmond McKenzie. We will be inviting some remarks. Ladies and gentlemen, you will now be hearing from our clients, starting with Ms. Deshauna Mullings, Chief Social Innovator, Next Step Lifelong Edu Services.
Good morning, St. Thomas. Let me hear the people who are, this center is a wow. Say wow. Those who are not from St. Thomas, let me hear you say wow. Those who are St. Thomians, say wow. It's a big wow today. My neighbor beside me from NCB said, St. Thomas is now a little Jamaica. One St. Thomas never. All right. Now today, of course, is more than a ribbon cutting, not true? It's a reckoning. We wait long, not true? We advocate, not true? We fight, not true? And we work, not true? But today is a reckoning. So I've always said, and I still stand to it, that St. Thomas has never been forgotten, true or false? Not forgotten by its people, not by its ancestors, and not by its purpose. We may have been overlooked for a little time, but we were also underinvested, but never forgotten. Somebody said never forgotten. We kept building, we were dreaming, we were working. And this is where infrastructure meets intention, and we're grateful. Somebody said gratitude is an absolute must, and today we are so grateful. The urban center is not just a place to do business, it's a place where belonging meets opportunity. I am especially proud as a Next Step Innovation Hub that will be right over here. It represents a space that's going to bring mentorship, co-working, and multi-million-dollar grants. Somebody say money. As some of the government partners are moving from Morant Bay, we want entrepreneurs who are ready for business. Somebody say ready. In order for them to be ready, we have to prepare them, not true? This is infrastructure, but our people must be ready. Say ready again. But it doesn't sound like I'm really ready. But I have 1 minute left, so I have to hurry. And I wanted to clash you, Mr. Littleton. Right? It's been a long, long time coming, but I'm glad change has come. Oh, win, me or Mr. Littleton? Me win? If I me say whoa. If I Mr. Littleton say, you have one vote, Mr. Littleton, me win. You have one vote. So if you should enter politics, at least you're starting with a vote. All right. So let's wrap it up. So over 60% of the registered businesses are where? Kingston and St. Andrew. Do you see a vision for what's going to happen here? National enterprise and urbanization. Somebody says St. Thomas. They said the Prime Minister is decentralizing development, and that's what we're about at Next Step. So if you need the training, you need the partnership, you need the grants, we are the person to check. This is not about charity, it's about strategy. And to wrap up, I was so happy when I saw the young girl that says, soon you're going to need a visa to come where? To St. Thomas, because over here is where it's at. So I want every young St. Thomas boy and girl. I remember when I was in university, them used to say, the only thing we know about that parish is, now all my friends want to come over here, they want to buy land over here, they want their spouse from over here, because I hear so it there. Not true, I wait there? Right, yes, sir. My time is up. I want every child to know this parish was never forgotten. They're a part of the plan, and we're here, right here, to build right here. We're going to let our voices be heard. Somebody said from rebellion to renaissance. Rebellion to? And the little girl said in her dub poem, and I want to leave with this. St. Thomas, me love me parish. Gone are the days when we did impoverish. St. Thomas, me love me parish. Now urban center come, we are really, really rich. God bless all of you. My name is Tishana Indomitable Mullins. I represent development for this parish. I am the voice for all of you. A round of applause for yourself. God bless.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. One St. Thomas, never two. We're going to continue with the remarks, and we're now going to invite Mallory Fidd, Director at Fidd's Furniture and Appliance Company Limited, to come forward.
Distinguished guests, fellow business owners, and valued community members. Okay, sorry. Thank you. Distinguished guests, fellow business owners, and valued community members. It is my great pleasure to address you today at this momentous occasion, marking the opening of our own Morant Bay Urban Center. The establishment of this urban center represents a transformative milestone for both our businesses and the broader community. As we stand here today, we recognize several benefits this development brings to our enterprise and to our businesses in general. It will enhance accessibility and visibility of our businesses. It will promote economic growth opportunities by creating job opportunities for local residents. It is expected to expand our customer base and potentially increase our market shares. This urban center development aligns perfectly with our vision of providing furniture and appliances while contributing to our community. We are committed to serving as an anchor business in this development, fostering economic vitality, and enhancing the quality of life for the residents of St. Thomas. As we embark on this new chapter, we extend our gratitude to developers and all stakeholders and partners, and our community members who have made this possible. We look forward to growing together. We look forward to expanding our communities with this vibrant urban center and continuing to serving our valued customers with excellence. Thank you for allowing us to be a part of this significant milestone. This will impact practically and benefit all our communities, our businesses, and of course, our broader economy. We thank you and we appreciate. God bless.
Thank you very much, Ms. Pitt. Appreciate that. Ladies and gentlemen, may we now welcome the Honorable Delroy Chuck, Minister of Justice. A round of applause for the Minister, please.
Thank you very much, Chairpersons. You're doing a very good job. St. Thomas, good morning, almost good afternoon. Let me adopt the protocol so ably done by previous speakers, but if you may permit me, let me certainly pay respect to the Prime Minister of Jamaica, to our Custos of St. Thomas, to the Mayor, to the Ambassador from China. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I should also pay respect to the Commissioner of Police, whose officers are doing a fantastic job, not only here in St. Thomas, but across Jamaica. Today is an important gathering at the breathtaking Morant Bay Urban Center, which can be summed up in one word: R-E-M-A-R-K-A-B-L-E, remarkable. This is a remarkable urban center. I can recall, as far back as 2016, my frequent visit to St. Thomas, which Custos Bennett will remember, to officiate at Justices of the Peace seminars and ceremonies and commissioning and at judiciary events, and encountering a lengthy, bumpy, rocky journey. Fast forward to 2025. What we are witnessing today is an occasion like never before. A significant transformation of this wonderful historic parish under the leadership of Prime Minister Andrew Holness. A spanking new highway offering a breathtaking, picturesque view of the Caribbean Sea and other notable attractions. This administration can now speak loud and proud and say without fear of contradiction that St. Thomas is no longer the forgotten parish. Another aspect of this wonderful facility is the construction of a brand new court, something which has been long in coming. This development of a brand new court represents more than bricks and mortar. The newly constructed St. Thomas Parish Court, a symbol of justice, order, and service, will now be housed in space that reflects the dignity and importance of its work. The new court facilities will provide greater efficiency, security, and comfort for staff and citizens alike. It's a meaningful investment in the rule of law and a clear message that every parish, every community deserves world-class public services. It is a bold step forward in our vision for modern, accessible, and people-oriented infrastructure. As we cut this ribbon today, we are not just opening doors, we are opening opportunities for justice, for development, for the people of St. Thomas. Congratulations to all involved in bringing this vision to life. The future of St. Thomas is indeed very bright. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. And at this point, we'll continue the remarks. Now we'll be hearing from the Honorable Minister of Local Government and Community Development, Honorable Desmond McKenzie.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, Most Honorable Prime Minister, colleague Cabinet Ministers, Chinese ambassadors, Worship the Mayor, councillors, members of Parliament, very distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Today is a great day. I'm here today representing local government. This will be the building behind us will be the most modern local government building in any part of this world. And this was done through the vision of our Prime Minister in establishing an urban center. Today we are here celebrating this occasion, cutting ribbons and announcing the commencement of new opportunities. I want to use this platform to urge the St. Thomas Municipal Corporation, when you occupy this new facility, I'm expecting that the standard of service that you offer to the parish will improve significantly. No longer you can complain about lack of proper space to offer service. I want to commend you also in the manner in which you work in allowing the approval processes and to honor the commitments as a municipal corporation in ensuring that the proper procedures were observed during the construction of this facility. St. Thomas, you have a lot to be thankful for. This is just the beginning of a dawn of a new day. Where there is good vision, the people will always see the light. But where there is no vision, and those visions didn't exist in the 1990s, because this parish had a great track record before. Now the time has come when we have rebuilt, repurposed St. Thomas, and local government will play a critical role in the forward movement of the parish of St. Thomas. Let us use this and use it well. Let me say thank you to the Most Honorable Prime Minister for his vision and the Factories Corporation for undertaking this mammoth task and have delivered. Well done. Thank you. St. Thomas, you're a God-blessed country.
Thank you very much, the Honorable Desmond Mackenzie, Minister of Local Government and Community Development. Ladies and gentlemen, Morgan Heritage is a Grammy-winning Jamaica reggae band formed in 1994 by 5 children of reggae artist Denroy Morgan. This group is renowned for blending traditional roots reggae, elements of soul, R&B, and dancehall, creating a sound that resonates with audiences worldwide. Today, we are joined by 2 members of this renowned group. Ladies and gentlemen, let me hear you put your hands together for Grams Morgan and Mojo Morgan.
Two. One.
Two. Good morning. What a vision. What can I say that hasn't been said already? It's great. I love you. I'm going to make it as fast as possible, but it's been a long, long journey. All natives say yes, Rasta. Excuse me, I got carried away there. But I remember when it took 3 hours to leave from the airport and go to St. Thomas. Took me about 40 minutes to reach here at Goodyear Oval. Make some noise to the government. When I passed the Sun Coast Beach Club, and I see how fast me reach, me zip through, yalla zip through. And I say, we reach already. I say, me I come to St. Thomas. Buju Bantan tell me, say, what now do out there, sir? Somebody text Buju and tell him, say the place open today. And I remember the years right over there, we kept East Fest. And we took a chance on this parish. Them say, what now do out there, sir? No sure can go on out there, sir. So God bless Mr. Morgan. Rest in peace, Daddy. I hope you're seeing what's going on. They used to call my father the crazy Rasta man. And the vision today, when me see Goodyear Oval full like this, me overwhelmed, me no want ball. But a long time this parish has been suffering. And my team was sharing a story about the Honorable Queen Victoria, about what she said about St. Thomas. And though that was a very long time ago. But this morning, like Mr. Shirley said, you know, there's a lot of people that came to St. Thomas and talk and talk and talk. But a lot of people also came and worked. Mr. Ferguson, thank you for the work that you have done. Mr. Robertson, I remember when you called me and said, I need some ticket for East Fest. And I said, it look like this parish can go on with that thing. And now I see Michelle, Charles. I'm a fan of yours on Instagram. Your work that you are doing is just incredible. But the vision of a man, and I've become a fan, of course, me like Bob Marley, me like Hussein Bolt, me like Denry Morgan, me like Morgan Heritage. Rest in peace to my brother Peter Morgan, because we drove past here many, many years. The vision of Dr. the Honorable. Thank you. Thank you for your vision. Truly, I said I'm a fan of many people, but I stalk your Instagram page, sir, to see what is next for Jamaica. And truly, I've become a fan. Surely your history is going to be next to none. And not because we've met at several events, or I am a Labourite or a PNP. I'm just saying the work that you are doing is next to none. I've been to all kind of countries, from America to Canada. And when you talk about development, here to serve, sir. So it's not a bag of chat like we would say in our culture. And let me tell you something, man. FCJ, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Shirley. Thank you to the people that lay the bricks, because without them, the workers, the construction company, Black Soil family, Marky, Mr. Mia, Lou, big up yourself, you know. Church Corner family, we did it. And I'd like to just take this time to acknowledge my sister, Bridget, Morgan Mackenzie. Please stand. You don't see it. You always see Morgan Heritage. Please stand. That's my sister. We have some great plans on behalf of the Morgan Heritage family, because my father passed away, but the vision don't stop. And I'm just thankful for where this parish is going. Big up to all of my fellow artists that are from this parish. Taurus Riley, Popcorn, Chronic Law, Lazamag, and Morgan Heritage. When we get on that plane, we try to represent our country the most, but we also like to represent St. Thomas. So, on behalf of the Morgan family, thank you so much. Prime Minister, don't stop. Don't stop. Let's take this, go to Portland. Let's go to St. Mary. Let's go right around the island. And I don't want to take up too much time, but I hardly get to address this man. Because where there's no vision, the people perish. There's things like the technology, like our sister said earlier, this place is built, but we have to train ourselves that we can take care of it. I don't want to see the painter run down, because I'm going to buy paint myself and come paint it. We don't want to see in 10 years that we forgot about it. Let's not forget they said we were the forgotten parish. So St. Thomas, I love you all. Let's keep growing. Sending a picnic them go to school. Education is key. Take care of the family them and stick together. Yes?
Yeah.
Now, I have to do a small little thing, if I am permitted. And Mr. Mojo.
Yes, sir.
Step up here for me, please. Because you do a song with him about Jamaica, the love of Jamaica.
Yeah.
Mojo is a big, big farmer. I was doing some farming over in Westmoreland, in Trelawney. And him decided, say, I come here and do some farming. Everybody that's here, NCB, we're going to need some money. Because we want to make some onion for Juicy B's party. Mr. Robertson, let's make a deal. If anybody know me, them know that Rasta is a businessman. Thank you very much. Because without that, there's nothing. It's just big talk. So let's do some work and keep it going. But to all of the protocol, thank you. And I'm just going to sing a small piece of this. If you give a little more than you take, and if you try to fix more than you break, if you're the kind who takes the time to help strangers in the rain, there's a place. Sing! Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Brother Mojo,
One time.
Sing for me, brother.
This one dedicated. No place down nice like my girl, sweet Jamaica. St. Thomas, I really love you. Prime Minister, listen to the thing there, man. Oh, let me fly again. High upon the shore, lost in your arm, don't need no more. Every breath I take is filled with you, Jamaica love. Oh, island queen, got me lost at sea.
Blessing.
My heartbeat drums like the waves on the beach. Oh, let me fly again. No escape to be free. Listen, 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 listen. Now morning comes with the olden view, yeah, like the first time that I laid eyes on you. From the blue mountains to the city light, your love is sunrise place in the night. Even when the storms rolling in, I'll ride the wave just to see you again. No chains can hold, no walls confine. Jamaica love, you're forever mine. Oh, let me fly again. High upon the shore, lost in your arms, don't need no more. Every breath I take is filled with you, Jamaica love. Oh, island queen, got me lost at sea. My heartbeat drums like the waves on the beach. Oh, let me fly again. No escape to be free. That's what I wrote.
Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah, man.
St. Thomas, we come from far. A whole heap of work we put in. But we choose Jamaica. We choose St. Thomas. Above all things, that even in the rain, we shine brighter than the star. Don't waste no time. Gramps.
Yeah, man. If rain no fall, it no bless. So rain have to fall. All who love St. Thomas, don't run from the rain. Don't run from the rain. Ooh, yeah. Somebody say yeah. Say yeah. Ooh. Tony on, yeah. I'll be down by the. Ooh, yeah, waiting for the good Lord to pass my way.
You're beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
St. Thomas.
I'll be down by the... Ooh, Lord, singing sweet songs on this lovely day. Oh, yeah.
Here and Peter with us.
Okay.
These singing birds told me,
ooh, yeah,
by sunrise he'll always be there in the morning. praying and blessing the day. Grandpa singing. I heard about this tale long time ago, but never have the faith believed in my soul. Oh yeah, Michelle. Now Mother Nature said to me, they were singing a song, singing it was so. Don't run from the rain if you love St. Thomas. Now I'm on my way. Anyone come to see us today? Tell them I will be with my people in Morant Bay. I'll be down by the St. Thomas will love you.
We will be down by the river. The prayer this morning was for chains to be broken. And the Almighty God has shown us through this rain that indeed St. Thomas is blessed. Indeed, the Morant Bay Urban Center is blessed.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is indeed a reality, a blessing for the entire parish and indeed Jamaica.
The chairman says more music! More music!
So ladies and gentlemen, we're coming from 2017 and we're here now. The reality of the Morant Bay Urban Center.
We broke ground in 2019. Then we had COVID. Notwithstanding all the challenges, we are here today in 2025 at the Morant Bay Urban Center.
Ladies and gentlemen, and now we are going to have what I'm terming the feature presentation. The builder is what he's called. He claims, and rightly so, paternity to development across Jamaica. Ladies and gentlemen, without a vision, as we would have heard and as we know, the people perish. We have a visionary. We have someone that can take concepts to reality. And he leads a team that knows how to do just that and so much more. Today we recognize the most honorable Prime Minister, Dr. the Honorable Andrew Michael Holness. This is his vision. And so, with the blessings from above, with these showers of blessings, I invite all of us to help me to welcome on stage Dr. the Most Honorable Andrew Michael Holness, Prime Minister of Jamaica.
Bad mind, when me blast off the spaceship, we are walk with that, we are no nail clip. Them never want man to make it. Every record where them set off will break.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Please, please, if you are able to have your seat, please be seated. First, let me start off by giving thanks to God, who has made this day possible. And we give God thanks for the showers of blessings that He has rained on us. We are not dry weather people. We are resilient people. And we know that God is pleased with what we have done here today. Allow me to thank those who have mastered the ceremony so far, and allow me as well to acknowledge Mr. Fenton Ferguson, representing the Leader of the Opposition, the members of my cabinet who are here. So many of them are here, I could convene a cabinet meeting. His Excellency, the Ambassador of the People's Republic of China, Chen Daozhang, and here I must mention the special effort and support of the Chinese government and China Harbor Engineering Company, who played a critical role in this development. I must specially acknowledge the members of Parliament who also played a critical liaison role in ensuring that the project went off seamlessly. MP James Robertson for Western St. Thomas and Dr. Michelle Charles for Eastern St. Thomas. Allow me as well to acknowledge our custos, the Honorable Norma Walters, and our Mayor, Marcia Bennett. Forgive me, Custos Marcia Bennett. Allow me to acknowledge our Mayor, Councillor Louis Chin, Mayor of Morant Bay. Now, what can I say about the Honorable Big Ton Shirley? Because it's no more Little Ton anymore. The chairman of the Factories Corporation, who has taken on this project not just for his own professional duty, but he has taken it on as a passion project. This is something that he really wanted to see done, and I commend you, Tani, for the effort that you have put in. Mr. Angus Young, the Chief Executive Officer of the National Commercial Bank Capital Markets Limited, for your partnership in this project. Mr. Dan Granby, Country Manager of China Harbor Engineering Company, and all the clients and stakeholders of the Morant Bay Urban Center. But most of all, I want to thank each and every one of you here who has come to witness this moment in history. I want to thank the people of St. Thomas for your patience, for your long-suffering and your endurance. Today, we definitively close the chapter of decades of underdevelopment, disinvestment, infrastructural neglect that have long defined a narrative of St. Thomas being the forgotten parish. Today, we emphatically declare that St. Thomas is firmly on the path for the fulfillment of its true vision of a prosperous, growing, fair, and equitable society. Today is 160 years since the Morant Bay Rebellion. For many, there is an expectation that for the wrongs that were done to us and our forebears and our ancestors, that there must be reparations. And I believe that there must be reparations. And eventually, inevitably, there will be reparations. We must keep up the fight for reparations. But I also believe that the duty of reparations does not only lie on the generations that follow the wrong, in the sense of the generations of those who committed the wrong should right the wrongs of their forebears. It is also incumbent on the generations of the victims to also, in their own actions, in their own achievements, in the decisions they make, to right the wrongs that were visited upon their forebears. In other words, whilst I believe that there must be reparations, I am not going to wait on it. I believe that I have the strength and vigor of my mind and body. I believe I have the agency, meaning the independence to act in my own interest. And I believe I have equal or even greater intellect to use whatever little resources I have to correct the wrongs that were visited on my forebears, so that my children coming won't have to suffer the indignity and the wrongs. And it is in doing that that you are able to stand up as equal to those who have done you wrong in the past. To say, regardless of what you have done to me, see, I have made good with my own two hands. I have pulled myself up from the bootstraps. I have stood up against obstacles. And I have overcome. Today is a day when the people of St. Thomas can say, we are overcoming 160 years of wrongs and neglect. And we are doing it off and by ourselves with our own resources. That is what it means, my people, to be independent. That is what it means to be independent. I am not an ideologue. I don't believe in any form of ideology other than what makes sense, other than what works, other than what is practical, other than what is fair. And I have conducted myself.
Break free with the new Opera GX, the browser that puts you in control with a brand new
regard. A decade ago, at a church in this parish, I hosted a town hall meeting called Prosperity Live. Some of you here may have been in that church hall. And a young lady stood up and she said, and I'm paraphrasing her, St. Thomas needs development. For too long, we have neglected the parish. And she used certain examples to demonstrate the neglect. I'll never forget it. She said St. Thomas is the only parish that doesn't have a stoplight. And then she went on to say, St. Thomas don't even have a KFC. Now I am going to send a bill for promotion to KFC because the amount of time that they have been mentioned here. But you get the point that the people of St. Thomas wanted to see the signs of modernity in their parish. 10 years later, I am able to stand here and say, St. Thomas, I did not forget you. St. Thomas, you are now at the cutting edge, the frontier of new developments in Jamaica. Ground was broken in 2019, but the plan was actually conceived in 2017. And I recall distinctly when we broke ground, there were those disbelievers, as there always are persons who are skeptical, that said it wouldn't happen. There were those who probably secretly wanted it not to happen. But by God's willing and hard work, it has happened. We have a comprehensive development plan for your parish. We started off with the Southern Coastal Highway Improvement Project, a 16 kilometers, 4-lane highway from Harborview to Yallas, and 96 kilometers of improved roadway from Yallas to Port Antonio. All of that together represents approximately $200 million of expenditure. That is about $32 billion spent on improving access through the parish. And it wasn't all the main road. We improved the road access for Cedar Valley as well, and other roads leading off. And it wasn't just roads. We also put in water, we put in sewage, and we also laid the conduits and cables for broadband internet to come to this parish. We have built this Morant Bay Urban Center at a cost of $6 billion Jamaican dollars. We have built the Yallas Fire Station at a cost of $163 million Jamaican dollars. We have upgraded the Acadia and Port Morant Health Center at a cost of $37 million Jamaican dollars. Not to mention the whole heap of social housing that we have given in the parish, and today I'll be handing over about 6 more. And we're not stopping yet, because there is much more to be done. Much, much more. We have 13.5 acres of land in proximity to this development. And I want you to look out for it, because I intend to come to the first festival or stage show that is kept there, when Gramps and the Morgan family is performing, when Popcorn, as Prime Minister, of course, what do you think? I intend to be there to hear Tony Ann sing. Sing, sing. I'm not going to do any singing today. But we're going to develop that 13.5 acres of land into a multi-purpose entertainment and sports facility that is going to be the envy of other parishes. This project is not yet finished because we're going to do another extension of 10 acres of new buildings for micro and small businesses in St. Thomas, right here, right on this center. And we are not just thinking for 5 years, we are thinking for the next 50 years. This urban center is going to grow. And so we are taking the steps necessary to ensure that we have access to lands around the urban center to secure its future expansion. We are very happy that we can bring a university to the parish. We are very happy that the Heart Trust is going to be here, not just as an administrative office, but they will have the training facilities here as well. When I heard the announcement that PICA will be here, a lot of noise went up for them. That's the Passport, Immigration and Citizenship Agency, JPS, NWC, the National Housing Trust, the Jamaica Information Service, all kinds of government entities are going to be here. So the people of St. Thomas don't have to travel to Kingston to be connected with their government. They can come right here. Oh, did I mention that the tax office will be here as well? But while I'm very proud of this building, which is your municipal head office, your parish council head office building, I'm also very proud of the courthouse. And there's a reason. You see, a part of the spark for the Morant Bay Rebellion was that the small farmers, the children of the former enslaved who worked the fields, trying to do their little business, they couldn't get justice. They were occupying lands, and the plantation owners didn't want them to become subsistent farmers. So they did all kinds of things to undermine their occupation of the land, so that they had to come back to the plantation to work. And therefore, even if as freedmen they would go to plead their case in court, they couldn't get any justice, because the administration of the court system was also a part of the planter class. And that created a sense of injustice in the society, and that boiled over into the rebellion. So it is very symbolic that we are going to be putting right here the most modern court facility in Jamaica, and possibly indeed in the Caribbean, right here in the Morant Bay Urban Center. We are also going to be building out medical facilities, and this will host 25 specialized units ranging from general practitioners, pediatricians, neurologists, orthopedic surgeons, you name it. And we will also have a facility for accident and emergency and urgent care. This will significantly improve access to health care in St. Thomas. We are laying the foundation, my friends, for a new economy in this parish. And I want you to pay attention to that mission. We are not going to create prosperity without creating an economy. And to create the economy, you have to build infrastructure. Because it is the infrastructure that creates the platform on which people can do business and generate profit and satisfy demand. This lovely facility here, this very convenient facility here, well designed and well laid out, this is going to create the new economy that will generate the new wealth for the parish. Not just for people who are already rich, but for every single person in St. Thomas. This will be generating the prosperity that you have always wished for. The important point to note, however, is that this development is not only going on in St. Thomas. We have already started the Boundbrook Urban Center. So the people of Portland will be experiencing this kind of joy to see the restructuring and redevelopment of their parish, to see the creation of a new economy in their parish. We have started to acquire lands in Negril, because the town of Negril is growing rapidly and it needs its own urban center. In Portmore, we are looking at a project in Portmore that we are going to be calling the Jamaican Silicon Valley. And that project is in its development state. It's the Nagohead Integrated Business Center, and that center will be the largest project undertaken by the FCJ. It will span 1 million square feet. That would be about 2 times the size of this project. Minister Vaz pointed out to me that when I am speaking, I must mention that it is not just roads that we have built, but we have allocated 2 bus routes to St. Thomas. And those 2 bus routes, since they have been installed less than 3 months now, about 4 months now, they have carried over 100,000 rides. And I am certain that everyone who is using those buses are very happy, because it is saving them bus fare, improving their convenience, and it is operating on time. But more is to come. You're going to get 7 school buses that will be serving some of the remote areas of the parish. And I'm certain that the children of this parish will be very happy to be able to use those buses. And of course, those buses will be free of cost to them in terms of bus fare. But what I'm also very proud of and very pleased of, you haven't seen it yet. Well, you have seen a little of it. But St. Thomas is going to see an explosion in housing development. Already, we have about 2 or 3 housing developments happening along the road corridor. But I'm here to tell you that I am in sight of at least 3 other major developments to come on more than 3,000 acres of land, which will give both accessible, affordable, and low-income housing and middle and upper-income housing. So the entire parish is going to be a place where people are going to come and move in to live. So you who have been here suffering for a long time, you are also going to benefit because they have to come to your market. They have to hire you. They have to come and use your service. So your parish is going to grow and your income is going to grow. And from your income, you will be able to do the things that you have always wanted. Now I know, I'm the first to tell you that there is still a lot to be done. We know that there are communities that still don't have proper water supply. We know that there are communities that still have bad roads. We know that there are many houses to be fixed. The last time I toured, they took me on the river bank around that side and showed me how the river is eating away and threatening their houses. We have to address those. So as I stand here and tell you all the great things, I don't want you to believe that I am not also aware of the things that are dragging on your mind. But anybody can come here and play upon grievance and grouses, but not anyone can actually say, I can deliver. I can deal with those issues. I know how to deal with it because I can show you how I have dealt with it. So I said to those persons who choose not to look at the positive side of things, those who choose to see the glass as half empty, I say to them, look to the person who can fill the glass. Look to the person who has made the glass half empty. Because the person who is complaining that the glass is half empty is usually the person who never put a drop in the glass. And if you want the glass to full, you have to deal with the person who at least bring it from 0 to half. We are ready to bring you from 0 to 100 and even more. So, as I close my presentation to you with the showers of blessings on us, I feel like we have closed the circle with Paul Bogle and George William Gordon, who gave their lives, and the over 400 Jamaicans who were slaughtered, massacred in the rebellion. I feel that today we are beginning to repair the injustices of the past by our own means and through our own will. We are charting our own course to prosperity, which is the true destiny promised to us. So I want to tell you, the people of St. Thomas, we are happy with what we have achieved, but we are not comfortable, and therefore we are continuing on the journey to make the glass full. God bless you, and thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Prime Minister. We are going to move directly to the cutting of the ribbon. The ushers will escort the Prime Minister to the cutting of the ribbon. We're going to invite Dr. Fenton Ferguson to join
the Prime Minister, Minister Desmond McKenzie, Minister Delroy Chuck, His Excellency Chen Daojang, MP James Robertson, Mayor Louis Chin, Mr. Angus Young, Honorable Littleton Shirley, Mr. Dan Granby, Mrs. Arlene Williams, and Dr. Donald Farquharson to accompany the Prime Minister for the ribbon cutting.
While the ribbon cutting is going on, we're going to invite all the clients, if you could take a position at your respective locations at the urban center, such that following the ribbon cutting, when the Prime Minister does the tour, he can engage you at your respective spaces on the urban center. So, ladies and gentlemen, the moment officially is here when the Prime Minister, flanked by all the persons we just indicated, will be doing the cutting of the ribbon. So the Prime Minister is indeed in position. And he's being joined
by Dr. Fenton Ferguson, Minister Desmond McKenzie, Minister Delroy Chuck, His Excellency Chen Zhuang, MP James Robertson, Mayor Louis Chin, Angus Young, Honorable Littleton Shirley, Mr. Dan Granby, Mrs. Arlene Williams, and Dr. Donald Farquharson.
Dr. Farquharson, the Managing Director of
the Factories Corporation of Jamaica.
We remind the respective clients of the urban center to ensure that you take up position at your respective locations here at the urban center, such that so soon as the Prime Minister removes from the gate where the ribbon is being cut, he can engage you at your respective spaces.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is official. The vision has become reality. The Morant Bay Urban Center is being officially opened. Cheers to the parish of St. Thomas.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. You have been a great audience. We have received blessings upon this space and at this place, and we give thanks for that. So it's with an attitude of gratitude that we both say thank you for this morning and all that is in store, but the work has now begun.
Get your visas ready to enter the parish of St. Thomas.
My name is Fabian Brown, and it certainly was a pleasure, indeed a privilege, to engage you this morning as we sought to navigate this ceremony as it was. And with me,
Rochelle Cameron.
Thank you very much, Rochelle. It certainly was a pleasure.